Hey everybody, Strider's back with another daily high ELO, and this time I actually have my overlay, so that's going to be interesting to see, although I need to fix the times when everything spawns real quick. Yeah, this is going to be a scrim between Orb and TSM, so I'm really excited to see how this turns out, as they're two phenomenal teams, and they're gonna do really well against each other. And right now it looks like it's just a pretty normal. They're getting a huge, maybe not a huge leash, but a pretty good leash. Sending Karthus top because Karthus didn't want to go against Kassadin, and instead they sent Kale mid against the Kassadin, absolutely destroying him so far. I'm wondering how that's going to turn out for Dyrus in the long run, because I know Kassadin does really well, especially if he can get fed, but if he doing so much damage early game, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to really hold him off for all that long. I think Kale's going to have a huge advantage for a while, but that's why Alistar's coming in for the gank. Is going to get the headbutt, get some auto attacks on, headbutts him into the wall. Kassadin is nowhere to be found though. Very unfortunate, but that's okay because it did let him farm a little bit while Kale was kind of off doing nothing. Well, getting headbutted into the wall. So I guess it wasn't nothing, but you know. Let's see. Janna's throwing on the birdies. Great job with the tornado and a lot of damage coming out and the ignite. And it's very possible that he's going to go down, but doesn't look like he will. Good job by Nien being able to get away. And looks like a little bit of action is going up top, but not too much. Because Karthus is just pretty much going to want to farm, not going to try to waste his harass or mana to try to harass, because it's not going to really do much. So we'll see how that turns out in the end. Alright, so right now it looks like Alistar really wants to keep ganking that Kale because they know Kale is going to be very powerful later on in the game, and they really don't want to feed the Kale. So that's going to be a pretty big issue. I think in the long run of things, it's going to be an issue. So let's see what else we can find out here. Oh, great job by Alistar being able to get that headbutt and pulverize. A lot of damage going out, but not enough. Now that, oh yes, no, they are going to disengage. It's very smart by the red team. They know they don't have the presence to be able to do that kind of damage. So they just wanted to kind of back off a little bit, regroup, gather their thoughts, I guess. Just basically do what they needed to do in order to stay away from that fight as much as possible. So right now, yeah, it just looks like there's a lot of farming going on. Pretty standard in this point in the game. Not a lot of action, but this is where the game starts as far as the snowballing goes. So whoever, oh, great flash coming out from Kale. Really did not want to get silenced and then pulverized and headbutted back into the tower. A lot of damage going out onto Kassadin. Kassadin might go down. Yes, Kassadin does go down. Kale gets the first blood. Great job by Kale being able to do as much damage as she can. Going absolutely crazy. And no, it looks like Lulu might go down. No, Lulu with the flash being able to get out of there. Now Nien's taking a ton of damage. I can already see this being a pretty crazy game. From what I see so far, it's gonna be a really crazy game. And now Kale's just dishing out all the damage he can to Alistar. Alistar does have blue buff, so he's going to be able to sustain quite a bit in lane without too much of a problem, if any problem at all. So yeah, blue is starting to get back to their lane. Red was able to farm a lot in that missing time, but now blue has a massive creep wave, pretty much free for the pickings. So we're going to see how that actually works out. If Graves can farm well at the tower, that's going to be really good for him. But I can't guarantee that that's what will be able to happen. Obviously, since I'm not playing. But Graves did seem like he was doing a pretty good job. He has 41 creep kills as opposed to Ezreal's 52. The early harass from Ezreal and Janna is pretty strong, because Janna has a lot of CC, has a slow, has a knock-up. A lot of damage going off. Not quite a lot. Kill decided not to follow up, but actually didn't want to get baited into that Force Pulse, which was probably the best thing she could have done. But, yeah. So now everything should be refreshed as far as the overlay goes. Sorry about the delay on that. But still, again, the great poke coming out from Ezreal, just being able to do so much damage. And a lot of work going down top lane. It's just a complete farm fest. Shen goes for a taunt, but is unable to get it. And Karthus doesn't care. Didn't even go for damage. Just going for more creep kills. Really just doesn't care. Karthus has a few health potions, has got a heart of gold early, which is a tad bit surprising, but then again at the same time not really. Oh, Nocturne's coming in, popping onto Lulu, but Nocturne's all by himself against 3 members of the blue team. Orb just doing an absolute great job. They were able to force that off. The ultimate is down, and the headbutt's coming out from Kale, and now the pulverize. She is ulted, and does get away. A great Ezreal ult coming out, but unfortunately Ezreal's on the red team and not the blue team. I was a little bit lagged behind. Ezreal thought that they were going to continue on that fight, as well did I actually. But they did back off because they did realize that they were in a position that I don't think they could have won without at least losing one person. So it was a great split decision by Orb to be able to back off as a team. Very, very coordinated. Again, Orb's just been doing phenomenal lately in the past almost month or so. They've just been doing an absolute great job in their tournaments that they've been playing in, just everything. So let's go ahead and check out the team comp while we're in a little bit of a downtime. Alistar is going to provide a lot of CC and a lot of protection, as well as Lulu. Lulu can do quite a bit of protection, so I think it's going to be a nice little game of protect the Graves. I think it's going to be almost impossible with with Kassadin slow and silence, with Shen's taunt and his shield, Alistar's headbutt pulverize, Lulu's shield and her ultimate. It's going to be a little crazy. A lot of damage going up top. Nocturne, it does end up going down. Alistar's also very close, but oh no, out of mana, was able to do the headbutt pulverize combo for the kill. Great job by Orb, but it looks like Karthus does not. Yeah, Karthus doesn't get off an ultimate, which is depressing, but I think Karthus would have got the kill. I don't know if it was just too late. Did one too many buttons on the ground, and that's why it didn't go through all the way. Very unfortunate, because especially at Reginald's level, I would have expected him an ultimate. But then again, at the same time, Shen had his ultimate. I don't think it would have really done much, to be honest. So bottom lane, there's still a lot of action going on. Ezreal's absolutely destroying the Graves right now. Ezreal just really doesn't care. The creep kills are still about 10 difference, so it's not too much, and a lot of damage going on. Lulu might go down, but Shen's coming in, and the flash with... Oh wow, that taunt really didn't go very far. Lulu was forced to giant growth herself, and the ultimate going out from Ezreal. Ezreal taking out Graves. Great job, and then forcing the flash onto the Shen. I was very surprised after Graves did his quick draw, and then Shen poured it there and then tried to taunt. His taunt didn't seem like it went very far. So I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but whatever happened, it was very unfortunate. Karthus is going to be able to push this lane extremely hard at this point, all alone. Shen's finally coming back. Shen also has double buff, so it's going to be a little dangerous for the Karthus, and I would be pretty terrified if I was Reggie right about now. Right about now. Once he comes back in lane, it's going to be a tad bit worried, because that red buff is going to keep him in place. And Karthus does not have his taunt up, so I'm not sure how he plans on fighting this. Even with the Wall of Pain and 2 wastes, barely got any damage off onto Shen. Shen had his shield up, and it was just, yeah, that was just not a lot of damage whatsoever. The Vorpal Blade just replenishing his health so much. Double buffs are out, so Karthus has the opportunity now. Kassadin might go in, try to get a silence, but it turns out they're going to back off as much as possible. Kayle has 87 creep kills already, with Kassadin only at 66. So, great job by Kayle being able to shut him down, and Graves with 88 creep kills. Ezreal's now at 109. Fantastic job by the red team. Red team seems to be, they had a great team comp, and I believe Orbit thought that they were going to be able to counter this really easily with the picks that they had, which normally they would have, but they didn't anticipate the lane swap, and I think that was where the huge issue was. The lane swap is really what made TSM, or give TSM, a little bit of an advantage in this particular fight. Orb just either wasn't ready for it. Their bottom lane seems to be a little bit outclassed. I think Graves is better late game as long as Ezreal doesn't get fed. Ezreal is just doing so much damage though. Lulu polymorphed a little bit too late, so I'm not exactly sure if it was on cooldown. I didn't quite see it in time. Right now Alistar's going around taking the red buff again, and now I believe he's going to look for a gank. Because once he has red buff, he's going to be able to slow after his headbutt pulverize combo, which is pretty crazy, as his headbutt pulverize combo already provides a ridiculous amount of CC. And now with red buff, it's going to be even greater. And there's pings going off on the dragon. Blue team did ping and say that there was a ward here. And now, yeah, going in, a great headbutt, and now the pulverize coming back. I don't believe that Janna saw it until it was too late. Red team had a ward in this bush, but I don't believe they saw him. And Karthus is throwing out the ultimate, not really going to be able to do much, just trying to scare him off of dragon. Ezreal comes in with the ultimate, face checks it with that, and a little bit scared for Nien, and the ultimate comes out from Nocturne. Nocturne goes onto the Graves. Graves gets giant growth. Great bait on the ultimate, and the ult from Kayle coming out, but Kayle decides to not. Yes, Kayle decides to not retreat and just get absolutely obliterated in that particular instance. A little bit depressing on that sense, but blue team is now getting ahead in this game, so great job. Even though they're down by CS, they have a lot of kill potential with the amount of CC they have, the great coordination that they have. It's just absolutely ridiculous right now. And great job by the blue team being able to take down that first dragon at 15 minutes and 25 seconds. So that should be back up at 21-25. It seems like everyone's trying to just get back into the lanes. They're farming up their jungles, trying to clear it out, get as much experience and gold as they can, and get ready for the next team fight. Now that Baron has spawned, you might see a couple wards, although it's with the team comps that they have, I don't believe there's going to be any early Barons. I don't think we're going to see Baron fight until about 25 minutes, maybe 30. Karthus is great at doing it. But besides that, there's not too much on the team. And a great tug coming out onto the Kayle. And now Nocturne's coming in, going to try to provide some backup. But does not succeed in really doing too much outside of just scaring them off. But still, either way, it's a really good job being able to do that, saving a teammate. It's always useful, and a lot of damage coming out from Ezreal, and the Polymorph coming down, and now the Exhaust going on to the Graves. Graves is forced to back off for the time being, and the ult Monsoon from Janna is able to heal her up a little bit, and the ult coming out from Ezreal. Great flash from the Lulu. Lulu's being able to do a ton of damage, but still exchanges kills with Ezreal. Great job. Ezreal was a little bit too close to that tower, still being able to take damage, and Nien Tenso is just able to get all three of his spells. It's like he knew he was going to die, so he just headbutted his keyboard and rolled it along the top keys. Because all of his spells came out almost instantly. It was just buckshot and collateral damage at the same exact time. So that's one impressive gun, or one impressive shooter, either way. Oh, and Karthus going down, getting taken out by the Kassadin, and Kassadin now has the blue buff. That's when things start to get scary, once Kassadin gets fed. He only has 2 kills right now, but it only starts with a kill or 2 before it just snowballs downhill. Especially against a Karthus. Karthus, there's just nothing you can do to get away. Back to the items, it looks like Karthus just has that 1 gold per 10 item, has the Heart of Gold. Kassadin has a Philosopher's Stone, so they're almost going identical builds at this point. It looks like Karthus might be a tad bit ahead. Yeah, just by about 100 gold, has boots. Kassadin doesn't quite have that yet, but Kassadin also has blue buff right now and hasn't gone back for a while. So we're going to see how that turns out. Oh, and another ward going into that bush, and red team's going to initiate. Great job. TSM's going to be able to get in this fight, and now the pop-up and the silence coming out from Kassadin. They're going to take out the Karthus pretty easily, and now a great flash coming out, and an ultimate from Karthus going down, and the ultimate from Nocturne. They have no idea where anybody is, but they're still grouping together, staying strong, and Kassadin's going to jump over this wall and going to force the flash onto the Ezreal. Great job by Kassadin. It was either make him force the flash or he's going to die. So either way, great decision by Kassadin to jump over that wall and try to get that kill. And a renewed blue buff. It's just not going to be good times for that team whatsoever. Unfortunately, Kayle was not in that fight. Kayle was top pretty much the whole time. So blue team was, Orbit was just able to destroy TSM there. And the kills right now is 10-5. It's still extremely close. So you can't count anything out. It's only a 2k gold difference at 20 minutes. That's almost nothing.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
And now the red team's turret has gone down to the blue team. Orbit is trying to accumulate as much gold as they can while they have a little bit of advantage, trying to shove that snowball in their favor. TSM is not very well known from coming back from huge deficits or really deficits at all. So if Orbit can start the snowball, even if it's at 20 minutes, if they can continue to keep it, start going in and hard as much as possible, and that was the worst thing to say in that particular terminology, but you guys know what I mean. Just with their hard initiation, however much they have, is just absolutely ridiculous. With the Shen initiation, Kassadin, the headbutt pulverized from Alistar, it's just overall a great initiation combo. It's almost like Dignitas's old way of running those double and triple assassin comps. So I'm interested to see how well TSM does against Orbit's initiation comp. They have, like I said, they have great initiation. The only real counter initiation that TSM has is Janna. So Janna almost has to save her Typhoon. I guess Kayle can kind of delay it for a couple seconds with her ultimate, but I still don't think it's going to be the best thing to do in this particular situation. Janna's going to have to save her Typhoon. An Oracle going on to Alistar relatively early. It's not super early, but it's early enough to where it's making an impact, and they're able to take a massive amount of map control. And they know Dragon's about to spawn. Yep, Dragon just spawned. So great job, and they're actually not going to go for Dragon. They're baiting out the Dragon. Oh, and a great ultimate from Ezreal, being able to hit 3 people, and TSM just obliterates them. Absolutely destroyed. They're not going to catch Kassadin, so now they're just going to go for the dragon. Yeah, they just started it. And a great job by TSM setting up the trap. I don't think they really expected it, but that Ezreal ult really did save them. Dragon now going to TSM, so we're even on the dragons now. It's always good. I like when everything just goes back and forth, back and forth. It always makes things a little bit more interesting as far as I don't like one-sided games. One-sided games are they're not necessarily boring. Sometimes they're really... Oh, and a great headbutt pulverize coming out. Kayle has to flash over the wall, but I don't think they're going to get away from it. Kassadin. Force Pulse not quite come out. They don't have the spells and the Ignite going off. Oh, and a great job by Kayle, but now she's still going to go down from the pulverize as well as the taunt. Very unfortunate. Kayle getting caught out of position there, but they were still able to do a lot of work.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
And another turret was destroyed by Orbit. So Orbit's doing a great job just by pushing. They don't even necessarily have to win all the fights anymore. As long as they do even exchanges, don't give up too many more global objectives. If they keep taking that blue buff away from Karthus, that's going to help them immensely. So I can definitely see them doing just that. Just camping the buffs, doing what they can, and possibly setting up for Baron. I still don't believe they have a very strong Baron comp, as they don't have a Wriggles on their team. And Alistar taking a lot of damage from the Baron. His passive trample from using his heal spell was just proving too much for him. Now Kassadin picking up another blue buff. Again, this is when it gets a little bit scary. We don't like Kassadin with blue buff. Well, actually, I really like Kassadin with blue buff because Kassadin's one of my favorite champions of all time. I'm glad that people are starting to play him again. He looks so cool. You just can't deny the fact that he looks like frickin' a BAMF, a BAMF maybe, if you want to go that route. It looks like Graves is starting to come back a little bit from his poor early game. He did pass up Ezreal in creep kill, so great job by him. He might have more. He does. He only has 30 more gold than Ezreal, but it's still more despite the kill difference and the death difference. He's still able to hang in there. So great job by Graves being able to kind of pull it out in the end. He's really, really staying strong in this game. And hopefully it continues to be a great game. Again, it's still a 2k gold difference. Only a 2k gold difference at 24 minutes. That means within 4 minutes, TSM has completely stopped whatever potential they had for a snowball. And now they took a tower, so it's even closer. They've actually lowered the gap within a couple minutes. Oh no, Kassadin's coming out with us. Oh, Force was forcing the ultimate from Kayle. Kayle just goes down almost instantly. Great ult by Ezreal, taking that out. And now Kassadin's getting initiated on, and that's a huge Graves. I don't think they're going to be forced to disengage, and the taunt just barely misses, but Kassadin is able to pick up the kill. Oh no, Kassadin just did a lot of damage, but Shen picked it up, an ultimate coming out from Karthus, not really doing much of anything. And that was a clean sweep, a 0 for 3 exchange in the favor. And that was a Shen ult onto Graves. I think they thought Graves was going to tower dive, and then he decided not to. But, you know, whatever. It happens. It happens. People get perfect all the time. It's still really good. And, oh my gosh, you're going to get an inhibitor out of this engagement. Oh, phenomenal job by Orbit. Orbit's just pulling it out. They didn't care. They're like, oh my god, we're starting to lose. Well, not starting to lose, but they were starting to lose their snowball. And they're like, we really have to pick it up, guys. We got to take this into serious mode. And so, in the last 2 minutes, they just gained so much gold. Taking out 2 more towers and an inhibitor, picking up 3 or 4 kills. And there's no signs of them slowing down at all. Now Red Team is being really cautious. TSM does not want them to take Baron. So they did ward Baron to make sure that they always have vision on it. And they're going to push mid as much as they can. Try to keep it at river or closer to Orbit's side of the river anyway. Because once those super minions start pushing your base, it's either okay, protect the base from being auto-attacked by super minions, or protect the Baron. Usually a Baron is a safer option, but then again, backdooring at that point is possible. So if they have a 4v5 fight at Baron, it's possible for one of the people from Orbit to just push mid really hard with those super minions and try to get a little bit of damage, either sway the fight one way, force somebody to back off. And again, with Shen being able to split push as easily as he can, he has a Wit's End and an Ionic Spark. So Shen's going to Shen's doing a lot of auto attack damage, surprisingly, even for Shen. He's got a lot of attack speed. That Ionic Spark is ripping through those minions, doing an absolute crazy job. A lot of damage. And the Sheen doing even more. Yeah, he's taking out those waves super fast. I really think that a lot of Shens are taking a like to the new Ionic Spark changes, because at first when it came out, everyone was like, it's not really that good of an item. It's possible that it could be good. But now that it got buffed, I think it might have the potential to be almost a standard on a couple of side lane pushing champs only that don't have like AoE clears. If you don't have an AoE clear as an auto attack champ, it's not really all that great to farm or side push, and that's why they get it. But you don't see it on like a Mundo or a Shyvana, those type of champions, because they have AoE wave clears and they can take out minion waves without getting an Ionic Spark, and they can spend their money on other things. Blue team taking the dragon again, so they kind of snuck that dragon in. But then again, Shen is the Shen, and he's able to Shen his way all around the map. He's just the Sheniest. There's not really too much you can say about that. And there's not many ways you can stop it either, which is the hard part. It's a really difficult part, that you can't stop it. You almost have to let him do his thing. And so there's a little bit of a dance going on in mid now. Red team is quite a bit more grouped up. TSM is doing a great job. They don't want to get picked off like they did the last fight, because that's what lost them an inhibitor. And so if it happens again, then it's possible they'll get Baron, or they'll just push for the win, because that is possible. And Kassadin going in, doing a ton of damage to Karthus. And Karthus is going down almost instantly. A lot of damage. Oh, and he gets ulted by Kale, but Kale's ult does not prove to be as much as they wanted. Kill also goes down almost instantly, and looks like things are not looking well for TSM. Orbit's trading 4 for 0. Well, Orbit's trading 0 for 4, sorry. It's just unbelievable. So that's going to be a surrender vote done by them, and great job. Just absolutely phenomenal job by Orbit, being able to pick up those kills. Again, they just caught one, just that one little tiny catch, and Kassadin can punish so hard, especially when it's on a squishy champion like Karthus, and it's a caster. Oh man, it is just really bad. It's really bad that he got caught out. I was looking forward to this match going on for another, 20 minutes, to be honest. Very unfortunate, but hopefully we can get another match in. They might be scrimming again after this, so we'll see. But yeah, again, let me know how you guys like the new layouts, how everything's working. Let me know how I'm doing. Give me reviews, give me criticism. I'm trying to get better all the time. This time, I know I was a little bit silent at some parts because it was kind of difficult to change the UI as well as cast at the same time, but trying to keep the information updated. So hopefully as time goes on, I'll get better at that, and I'll be able to do it faster. So you'll see information updated a little bit better, and you'll hear a lot less dead air time. This is really going to be useful for if I get like a secondary caster, so like a partner or whatever. It'll be a lot easier, because then I can have them cast while I update the numbers real quick, and then it won't be an issue whatsoever. But yeah, again, like my videos if you like them. Subscribe if you want to see more. I have a raffle for every Right now, the next raffle is once I hit 250 subscribers. Thanks for all your guys' support. I'm going to be raffling off $25 in RP, and then $50 once I get 500 subscribers, and then $100 once I get 1,000, and then another $100 in RP every 1,000 after that. So the sooner you subscribe, and the sooner you have to, the other stipulation is you have to request a video. So if you want to see a specific champion, a specific player, leave a comment, tell me who you want to see, and I'll get that video for you, as long as your name is on the list of the people that are, I guess, getting involved in this, I guess, tight little community that I'm trying to put together. Then you will be eligible for a raffle. So definitely leave me comments, leave me concerns. If you guys have any suggestions on the overlay, let me know. If you have any suggestions on me improving, any videos you want me to watch, if you need help with anything, if you want to know my computer specs, I think I posted it a couple times. If you want to know how to stream, anything, just let me know. I'm kind of an open book. I don't really care if you guys ask me questions. I may just kind of accrue a bunch of popular questions. I'll still answer them, but and then I may do just like a nice Q&A session in a vlog at some point in time. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see if we can get another game right now.